In a free and fair society, you have inalienable rights, civil liberties, such as the right to freedom of speech, freedom of the press, your choice of where you go to get your materials. You have the right of freedom of religion, the right to self-defense, and your choice on how you go about doing that, whether that's being a pew-pew owner or going and learning jiu-jitsu. You have the right to peacefully assemble, and you have the rights to criticize your government. And in a free and fair society, that means there are going to be social dissidents that take those rights and use them for illicit purposes, whether that's to harm another person, to try to overthrow the government at hand. And you know what? That's okay. That's the risks that come with being in a free and fair society that gives its citizens the right to choice. People are going to choose the wrong path from time to time. And the U.S. history is full of examples of how the U.S. government has attempted to suppress an individual group's rights to those civil liberties that they deemed unworthy, such as during the McCarthy trials, where they said, if you had communist intent, you go straight to jail. Screw your due process. So you got Reagan, who didn't like the Black Panthers in California being able to have access to means of self-defense like pew-pews, and then wrote a bunch of laws where they weren't allowed to have pew-pews in California anymore. You got other instances where you don't have the right to marry whom you want to marry on. We take those away. And in times like these, where there are things that might potentially come under scrutiny, where previously you had civil liberties and you had things that were available to you, and now in the future you might not have those things because we're trying to make it a more secure nation, giving up some of those liberties. I mean, there's this old white dude who once said, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety, as old Benny Franklin. They deserve neither liberty nor safety. Although maybe we shouldn't really listen to Ben Franklin because he was kind of a bit of a womanizer and a little bit of a lush, but I digress! At the end of the day, right now, you have those choices, so maybe go out and exercise those choices. If you feel like you might be under threat of somebody coming in and invading your personal space and taking things away from you, maybe you should take another look at what options are available for your own life justices. Protect those civil liberties while you can, because I'm going to be damned if I let some redcoat live in my house!